Hello. This is the chapter 5 assignment, listening. Uh, from this chapter, I learned how listening is a way bigger process than I thought it would be. It's not just as simple as just listening to a person talk. It's way more than that. It's actually a whole process: selecting, attending, understanding, remembering, and responding. Uh, and I learned about the different listening skills there are, what type of listening a person could be, and the different listening barriers a person could have, uh, and how to improve on those as well. The way I can tell someone is listening to me is when they're responding to me and adding on to the conversation. Uh, Not all people make eye contact, like, look directly at you while you're talking, but they nod their head or they show some sort of notion that they're not just hearing you, but listening. There's also, let's say, for example, I'm talking to a person about something that happened at work. If a person is just simply just sitting there in silence while doing something else, it's clear that that person is not listening to me at all. Uh, when someone isn't listening to me, it makes me feel like I'm wasting my time. It makes me feel like, why am I even talking to this person? It makes me feel like, why am I even speaking? Why am I talking to you at this moment? At most times, I just give up, or if they ask, or they respond with like, "Wait, what did you just say? I didn't hear." I just pretend like I didn't say anything. A time when I felt like someone wasn't listening to me was when I used to work at McDonald's, a restaurant, and I went to my shift manager to talk about the shifts that she's been giving me lately. I was getting a lot of them, way too many of them, and I was working a lot, so I was just unable to focus on school. So I wanted to talk to her about giving me less shifts during the week. Uh, so I clocked in and I went into her office and I knocked. There was no door, but I knocked on the wall to let her know I was there. I was like, "Excuse me, is it a good time to talk?" And she was like, "Yeah," but she didn't look at me at all. Her eyes were just glued to the screen. But I still went ahead and talked anyways. And while I spoke, she nodded her head, but she wasn't responding to me at all. She was just nodding and nodding and nodding. And after I was finished speaking, uh, I was like, "Did you hear everything I said?" She was like, "Yeah, of course. I'll get to that once I'm finished here." She plainly was just like, "Yeah, I understand," and I walked away. It made me feel hurt. I was hurt because she was always complimenting how good of an employee I was. She was usually very nice, all happy and smiles when I was around her. So I just couldn't understand why I couldn't have her attention for like a minute or so just to talk about a problem that I had. It also didn't make sense when she would usually come up to me and ask when I had problems, and I usually said no. But the one time I did have a problem, she just wasn't understanding at all. So after that conversation with her, I just figured if I wanted to talk to anyone about anything, I would just talk to another manager instead. I talked to the other managers way more than her anyways. I was just specifically talking to her because she was in charge of shifts and when you're supposed to come in, when you're supposed to clock out. She was basically the main person to talk to, so I figured talking to her would be the best way to get my problem fixed, but it clearly wasn't.